Hi, I'm Nils from Card Gaming. I got top 8 at the German Nationals, and I'm going to show you the Snake Eye deck I piloted to achieve that. First we played the standard engine, which is 3 Snake Eye Ash, obviously, 2 Popular and an Oak. Don't think any discussion still going on about that. 2 Flambage. Decided about cutting, thought about cutting one, but in the end decided to play 2. Because if you don't get hand trapped, you really need the second one to make the rank 8 or just extend through other stuff. 1 Snake Eye Devil Star. Pretty sure everyone already knows now that this is just better than Jet Synchron and any lines we had before it, because this is also an extender if you get interrupted or if you have a weaker hand. And then obviously 3 Devil Star for the main monsters. We have 3 Bonfire and 3 Wanted for consistency. Also nothing really special to talk about there. And we have 1 of each of the spells. And then for the secondary engine I decided to play Cash. I just thought it would be really good to play through hand traps and also have something on the board if you get hand trapped and you don't really have a lot to extend through it. And stuff like Crossout also helps you extend through it, but it's just not as resilient as sticking on the board, and it's just not that good going second, so I didn't really like it. So I just played 1 Unicorn and 1 Fenrir. Also thought about playing more Fenrir or more Unicorn and less Field Spell, but I kind of liked having the Field Spell because it's just better to send off of Snake Eye Ash or something. Did play also 1 Birth and the 2 Field Spell with Terraforming. Also really nice, just push through boards and make boards going first. And for the non-engine, I played the standard hand traps. I decided to go with Imperm, Veiler, Warner, and Ash. Just the best hand traps of the format, also just really generic into everything. So you can have good coverage even in rogue matchups. And then for the final non-engine, I decided to play 3 Droplet and 2 Talons. Talons was really good going first, and pretty decent going second, also against stuff like Voice or Branded, really good going second. And Droplet is just really good against basically every deck, and it's decent against Snake Eye. I decided against playing the Veer in the main because it's only good against Snake Eye and the other stuff's just not good against. You can already niv them. And Droplet was just good against everything else. And then to the extra deck, I decided to play the standard stuff, which is basically solved by now, which is Anima, the Charmers, Selene, Appaloosa. Phoenix, because it's just really important to have back row removal without being locked from directly attacking with SP. I also played IP and SP, obviously, for the end board. Princess, there was a time where I was playing 2 of this, but if you play the pure variant, you usually have enough access to another Flamberge, so you don't really need this. It's more needed in the Viking version. And then obviously Raging Phoenix and Zelantis for OTKs, and Xcode as the one of the flag spots. It's just really good to have 2 lines to OTK, because you can just go access code, try to pop their stuff, or force out negations, interruptions, and then after that you can just go for the Princess OTK line. And then I played the Draco sack because I was playing the cash cards. Really good, just also good against random stuff like Runic Sun or stuff like that, you just out skill drains, for example. And then the Hope Harbinger to make a board if you don't get hand trapped or if you have enough to push through a hand trap. And then Typhon as the last flag spot was really between this or maybe like a second SP, a second Princess, stuff like that. But I thought this would probably save me games that aren't really winnable otherwise, so I just decided to go with this, and it did end up winning me a game versus Branded, so probably worth it at that point. So for the side deck, we decided to just play more hand traps basically, but also hand traps that cover matchups that aren't the mirror match, so we decided to play 3 Bell. Bell was mainly there for stuff like Labyrinth or Branded, Melodious Variants, Voices Voice, just stuff like that to just negate their strongest plays basically. You can negate Ostinato, you can negate the Voices Voice, Zafira, you can just negate a lot of stuff, and it's just really good to complement the other hand traps where they are just not as strong. So we just decided to play for this. It could have been Vistials as well, but I feel the Vistials are a bit better versus Branded, but they're just not that good against other decks like Voices Voice, like the Melodious variants. So we just decided to play Bell because it just covers more matchups better. Yeah, I think it's good enough against Brandon, even if they try to puppet like you still though. Then we played Nibiru as well for the mirror match, just to basically complement the other hand traps we already have in the main deck, just because Nib is basically always game if you have Nib plus another hand trap like Valor or Imperm, sometimes even Warner, because you can just wait for them to make their whole board, then you activate Nib, they chain Appaloosa, and then you just negate that. And they basically don't have a board. The crossout is the only one that really outs it, and most of the people I played against just set crossout before to negate stuff on your turn, so it's, yeah, it worked out really well. I think it won me like at least 2 matches that were mirrors. Then we played Lightning Storm for back row removal, just generic stuff against decks like Labyrinth and other back decks like Runic Stun. We wanted to have something for those, but it's also really good against other decks like Chimera, like Voiceless even, because all of those decks end on back row via the engine, so you can just back row that, pop that, and then you also get rid of Floodgates on the way. And we also decided to slide this in the mirror, because it's really good against the Floodgates everyone's siding, like Skill Drain. And usually there's like, after post-siding there's probably Metal Churners, there's probably Crossouts, there's Skill Drains, there's just Imperms that were there before. Sometimes they even just end on the field spell and no Flamberge, so you can even hit the IP with it. And yeah, just really good overall. If you have this plus like good engine to break through the board, or like the hand traps work to basically deal with the monsters or their combo, you can just Lightning Storm the background and basically really easy to break the board and OTK from there. Then we decided to play a lot of cards for going first, because it's still really important to win going first post side. And usually you shouldn't lose those games, especially if they have the Kashtira engine. So we decided to play Crossout as well as one Call By, just to basically just negate all the other stuff. So we just side out some hand traps and yeah, just basically try to push through as many hand traps as we can. The concession we made with this is that we knew some people were going to play board breakers, so it's not that good against those, but if you can see hand traps going into game 2, if you just see hand traps game 1, you're probably just gonna be hand trapped game 2 and 3 as well, so these were fine as well. And yeah, we decided not to side this and going second with Skill Drain, because we have Lightning Storm, and some games you just lose to Skill Drain, but this is just really bad going second if they don't have Skill Drain, so we didn't really like it. And for the last cards for going first, we also just decided to play 3 Skill Drain. It's just insane against basically every matchup, and in the mirror, they can only really out it if they have like stuff like Cyclone, maybe Lightning Storm, because otherwise it's really hard. The only way to out it is basically Access Code, banishing itself, and if you can just end on any follow-up that allows you to leave a Snake Eye Ash or Snake Eye Oak on board. At the end of their turn, you can just send it away with those, and you just basically play. So yeah, it probably should be banned, but we're probably not going to see those until, I'm assuming, after the European Nationals. So yeah, that's it. Final shoutouts to basically everyone in Baba Card Gaming, everyone who traveled with me, played with me, cheered with me, and yeah, hope to top European Nationals as well, and then just go to Worlds this year. See ya.